Well, I got more mail, but before I get into that, sometimes my channel seems to be all mail. I was going to mention, this action cover for the Thompson. It actually does fit, even with a mag in. And like I said, the quality is impressive. It's got leather trim around the canvas. They do a nice job. But it does fit on there, even with that in place. Okay, mail. Now this is the mold for the 45, the 6-block mold that I ordered. That stuff comes, well, from some vendors it comes really fast. This is from Shooter Supply, I think is the name of this one. But it don't take long to get here. But I wanted to point out something on these. This is like a $50 mold shipped. But they come without the handle. But they're a beautiful mold. But the handle that you use is the Lee Pro Mold handle, which is a much heavier, really robust, good, solid handle. Another thing I wanted to bring up is about these handles. They'll fit on your Lyman molds and the RCBS molds. They're just a really good handle, and they're cheaper than the RCBS or the Lyman, but they are designed to fit on those Pro molds. But while I'm at it, this mold is 170 grain RCBS mold, 32 caliber, flat nose for 32 Winchester Special. And excellent mold. These are heavy cast. But there's been somebody communicating about bullets for 32 Winchester Special. Now, the one I use is the 170 grain RCBS bullet, which is an excellent bullet. It's they're really the only mold I could find. Lyman used to make one, but I don't think they make it anymore. But this RCBS one, just the mold without the handles, Midway carries them. I think they're on sale now for like $67. It's spendy compared to the Lee molds, but they're the only one in town, really. Your other option is Lee makes that 8mm mold, and that's a fine bullet and would work perfectly fine in a 32 Winchester Special, except it's not flat nosed. So they're loaded. You've got that round nose right against the primer. So single shooting, yeah. Tubular magazine, not so much. I always considered modifying the Lee mold. You could take and drill out that bottom, go all the way down, and then before you cast the bullet, drop a flat-headed nail in there to get that flat point. It would be a cheap way of doing it, and I was always tempted to, but I finally just broke down and bought this mold, and I do really like it because it really makes a nice bullet that works very well. So that's really kind of what you have to work with a 32 Winchester Special, unless you can find one of the old Lyman molds. I don't remember the number, but I looked, and you pay an awful lot of money for an old mold. But the Pro handles, so I'm going to bring them up. Now, as far as mail goes, this is another box from the same guy who sent that box the other day. And this is heavy and jingling, so I think we got brass. But there again, the warning, if I have to cut the video off. Holy smokes. We have a lot of 45 brass that got caught up in the postal system. Yeah, you know I can use 45 brass. And rags, and tennis balls. And a tin of cat food for the cat. And some tennis balls, which I'm guessing are probably for the dogs, but you wouldn't believe what my dogs do to tennis balls. They tend to eat them. So they play with them a little bit, fight over a little bit, and then they eat them. A can of Moxie. Yeah, I'm not really sure what Moxie is, but sit on here for upset stomachs and hangovers. Well, maybe I should hang on to that in case I go on a spree sometime. I'm looking for a letter in here. Yep, there's something in here. That brass didn't survive. The bags didn't survive. Yeah, this guy, he's a provider. Cat will be happy. Cat's probably never seen. Turkey recipe. Yeah, the cat will be very happy. But yeah, we got more of the nickel plate and a lot of the regular stuff, which is great because that Thompson has an appetite. Yeah, this will keep me going for a while. Well, thank you. The guy's name is Brian, but I won't go into that more. But yeah, my channel is getting to be a male channel. Kitty, kitty, kitty.